Welcome everyone to Mastering on Camera and in-person presentation. This is a masterclass that is to help you, to teach you how to clearly, confidently, and effectively talk in front of camera to a person or people. It's going to be an intensive few weeks of professional talks, and I want to welcome you officially on board to one of the greatest things that you can ever learn out there. First, I'm going to start by defining what presentation is, but I'm going to define presentation by what it's not. Presentation is not saying anything that comes to your head. Presentation is not just talk. Anything that comes, talk before you think. Presentation goes beyond that. Presentation is not just talking. Yes, I'm in front of you, I'm talking to you, but presentation goes beyond that. What happens before I talk to you? What happens while I'm talking to you? And what happens after I talk to you? Presentation is not confused. Presentation is planned. It is structured. It takes consistent training and rehearsals before it's being made. Now, what is camera presentation? What is on-camera presentation? On-camera presentation typically refers to the skills and techniques used to deliver a message effectively while being recorded or live broadcast. For each time you stand in front of a camera, you must always remember there is a message to be passed across to your audience. And now, the way and manner to which this message you are passing across to your audience is effectively carried out is what presentation is. Now, effectively carrying out this message or passing this message across to your audience includes the kind of things you say, the words you say, includes your body language, it includes your facial expressions, it includes how audible you are. And all of these things are what we will be looking at in on-camera presentation and in-person presentation. You must always remember that camera presentation is about transaction. You are exchanging an idea for someone else's time and attention. And so you must always be accurate, you must be prompt, you must not come to the camera unprepared. Whenever you're standing in front of camera, let it be that you are on the go. You're not confused, you're sure of what to say, you've rehearsed, you have a script, you know what you're going to say at a limited time. Presentation is always time bounded. And guess what? They say time is luxury. So always remember that each time you stand in front of a camera, you're trying to pass a message across. And always remember that your audience is watching this video right now because they choose to give you their time. Now, when someone chooses to give you a part of their time, it could be 2 minutes, it could be 5 minutes, it could be 10 minutes, 1 hour. It means that you have to give what is truly valuable for their time. And that's why you cannot come to the camera unprepared. You have to be prepared to come in front of camera. Planned and most times visual delivery of information from a speaker to an audience to inform, persuade, or to educate. You must always remember that if you're trying to inform, educate, or persuade an audience or person, you have to get a plan. A plan is in the structure, a plan is knowing what to say, when to say it, how to say it. And since we're talking about camera, it also involves what your body language is talking about from your head to, of course, this level. Having understand what camera presentation is all about for basics, now let's move to why camera presentation. Why is it important for you to pay attention to camera presentation? According to research, about 90% customers say product and services, when displayed in visuals, help them choose what to buy. Visuals has the power to help a message to be well understood. Most times, the words are seen, the words are heard clearly, and expressions are seen. It becomes more memorable and engaging. Camera presentation helps you to build trust and connection with your audience. Remember, each time you're in front of your camera is the audience that you are talking to. And the moment you understand that, you are able to freely talk to them like you can see them in front of you. And when people see and understand you for truly who you are through the camera, they have no choice but to listen to you. And unconsciously, they are bonding with you. Building trust and connection on camera comes with everything I've mentioned before now. The way you say it, your charisma, the way you carry your body language, the way you pass this message across. This structured message, well put together in front of camera, can build that connection for you. It's more like you are talking to the person eyeball to eyeball. Another reason why you must choose camera presentation is videos day by day gets more famous and gets prominence. Churches, mosques, organizations, newspaper houses, radios, everybody wants to go in front of a camera. And so you can't be left out. If everyone is into this, then it means that this has become one of the most effective form of communication. And it's not just about communication. Always remember, it's about having the necessary skills to pass this communication across. Thirdly, the catalyst for action. To change a mind, win a case, or sell a product and service, you must evoke an emotional or logical response. Presentation is the spark that turns a static idea into an active movement. Think about all the jingles, all the promos you have seen from Picnic to Milo to Money Point. Think about every single thing they do just to get you to pay attention to their product or service. That is what camera does for you. It makes all of these things play with the emotions of these persons, sell the idea behind the product, a service, or an information through visuals so it can be appealing to your audience. Now, you must at every point understand that when you are in front of camera, it is easy to sell anything to the world. Next, I'm going to share with you common mistakes that people make in camera presentation. Remember, I tell you, each time you come in front of a camera, it has to be planned. There have to be a structure. You don't just come in front of a camera. And these are the common mistakes I see people do. People believe because they have a camera phone, all you need to do is come in front of a camera and start talking. And then when your audience see these videos, they struggle with a lot of things. One of the common mistakes people make in camera presentation is unorganized thought and message. Now, I want to take you through on what on-camera presentation is. It means that I have to organize my thought. When I want to talk about it, do I want to start from the definition? Do I want to talk about the forms of a camera presentation? Do I want to talk about why you need it? Do I want to talk about people who do camera presentation? Do I want to talk about the mistakes? Do I want to talk about how you set up your camera? These are what makes camera presentation beautiful for people to watch. You cannot just wake up, stand in front of camera without organizing your thought or message. Most times, I recommend scripting for camera presentation. Yes, scripting could be scripting every single word you say, most times, people do not always love to do that because they want to freely express themselves. But if you know that you're someone who do not know how to manage their time, please, I will encourage scripting for every single time you want to make a camera presentation. Now, scripting could be documenting or scripting every word you say. It could also mean bulleting every key word. So it might not be like having everything written out in black and white, but you could have a subtopic for each conversation to help you remember what you want to talk about when you want to talk about it. That shows how organized your presentation is. And most times, your audience don't need to know about that. It is you who is making that conversation, who is making that presentation, who needs to be consciously always aware of it. Now, it's okay to always want to have a presentation, have either a laptop, a teleprompter, a camera phone, or anything that can help you to put you on the. It could be a piece of paper, something you can always look at and say, oh, okay, let's talk about this, let's talk about that. That is also a form of organizing your thought and your message. That way you appear to your audience as someone who knows what he or she is doing. And that's the only way you can get their attention. Let me tell you an example of how unorganized your thought and messages could be. When you come in front of camera and you are like, okay, so you're wasting the time of your audience. Let me know if it's worth the attention by the 5 first seconds I play your video. Now, if you are not sure of what you're saying, why should I give you my time or attention as an audience? So this is one of the major problems for people who make videos. They just come in front of camera, and that's when they start processing what they want to talk about. No, you start processing before you come to the camera. When you're in front of a camera, it's like a pilot who just gets the directive to fly. You are to fly non-stop. Yes, you make mistakes in between, but that mistake shouldn't be because of unorganized thought to message. Organize your message. Do you want to talk about styling? Do you want to talk about female wears? Do you want to talk about politics? Do you have a title? This is what organizing your thoughts means. And it is very, very important that you have that in mind. It guides your thought, it guides your time framing, it guides every single message you pass across. The next is time management. For every single time you stand in front of a camera, always remember, like I said before, that you are exchanging your message for someone else's time. Now, if you have that in mind, you remember time management. Day by day, on a daily basis, the attention span of a lot of people gets reduced by the day. In fact, on most social media right now, you see the maximum they can give you is, say, 2 seconds, 2 minutes, 1 minute, some few seconds, 6 minutes. That's because they know people do not like to be tied down by a particular thing, unless it's a movie. And not everyone loves long movies. No matter how good you are in whatever you're saying, if you do not know how to manage time, you will lose your audience. Some people completely forget the attention span of their audience. Attention span of an audience is very important that you must always remember. If I'm going to talk about something that bothers my mind, I need to be very brief. Go straight to the point. Stop telling stories that nobody is interested in. And let me tell you, this is where also scripting comes in. Scripting helps you to be very time conscious and also understand that, oh, my audience, I cannot bore them with too much things. It takes away ecstasies, it takes away feelers. Now, that's what you need to always do when you need to stand in front of a camera. You don't need to come to the front of camera before you start remembering what to say. Some people even start thinking of what to say when they're in front of camera. Always get yourself together and always remember that your audience will not always be standing in front of you. Now, don't forget your audience is the camera and they will not be stick to your video unless you give them a reason. Now, when you're giving them a reason to stick to that particular video, it must be time conscious because everyone has a lot to do. Camera presentation is as good as the audio. No matter how beautiful you look, or your camera or the lighting in the room, if your audio is bad, I'm sorry, nobody's gonna get your message. I see a lot of people make videos, they stand in front of camera, they look so beautiful, but when you try to listen to what they're saying, you can't get hold of it. Multimedia is both ways. The camera has to be as good as the audio. So try as much as you can to get good audio, just like you're getting your good camera. Now, I'm going to teach you what kind of microphone to use. If you're starting with your phone or you have like your gadget, I'm going to walk you through. But these are some of the common mistakes I see. People most times just want to do content. They don't care if you can hear them or not. That's not being mindful of your audience. Because if you're going to give your audience something to watch, you should give them something spontaneously to listen to. Background for every camera presentation matters a lot. It shouldn't be too distracting. There should be moderation in your background. Your background should speak serenity. There should be something that makes them stick to you. You are the person, you are the message, not your background. So I see a lot of people come in front of camera most times, they don't even care what's going on behind them. Now imagine how distracted you could be if there was something playing behind this, right? You could be just watching that instead of listening to me. And what's the when your audience attention has been diverted by whatever is behind you. So always pay attention to your background. Your background could be too noisy because of too much colors, too much images, too much movement. It could be a whole lot. So when you want to make your presentation on camera, please try as much as possible to look for a very serene space. It could be the comfort of your house that is not too colorful, too dirty, too colorful, just anything distracting. Please try as much as you can to avoid it for camera presentation so your audience don't get diverted. The wardrobe is an important part of camera presentation. You have to look good. And if you're a woman or even a man, looking good start from your head, your eyes, your nails, your mouth, your lips, your every single thing, the clothes you wear. If you do not get it right with your wardrobe, there's a huge possibility that you're going to turn the attention from your message to how you look. And guess what? When it's too much as well, it could be a problem. You must at every point work on moderation. Your earrings, is it too flashy? Your bracelet, your wristwatches, your clothes, is it too opening? Is it too revealing? Your hairstyle, does it match the message? Now, you could be an entertainer. You could be someone who majors in talking about entertainment, movies, or fashion. Now, when you need to do that, obviously, you know you need to make the obvious statement. But when it comes to formal conversation like this, imagine I have something very big and, you're going to definitely be distracted. These are the things that a lot of people do. Yes, I want to look beautiful, but the message you're trying to pass across, will that take the message, the content out of it? That's why I see a lot of people make videos, and deep inside me, I ask myself questions. Did this person consider their wardrobe before coming to make this video? These are some of the things you must always remember. If you want to talk about God, for instance, you can be naked to talk about God. Or you want to talk about business, you want to talk about politics, and then you put in on some cleavages. The first thing your audience sees is that thing. That's before they even listen to whatever message you want to pass. They are looking at you. It's visuals. It has to be appealing in the word, in the visuals, in what they see. That's the first form of attraction for camera. You have to give them the reason to stay behind for good. And lastly, and most common mistakes that people make while making camera videos, lightning. Oh my God. People make videos in places that are not properly lit. Properly lit could be artificial light like the one I'm using here. It could be like outside using the sun rays. But whenever you're trying to make videos, please ensure you have your room properly lit to avoid shadows, to avoid darkness in, trying to change whatever visuals you have as a person. If there were no enough light here, I bet you everywhere will be so dark in here that it will not even really, there'll be nothing really aesthetically pleasing for you to watch. It is very important. And there are a lot of lights that, people use for presentation, for making videos. You could get a ring light, you could get a lot of them. You want to do research on it? Yes. And let me tell you, the brighter your light, oh my God, the brighter your video, the more clearer it looks, and the more appealing it is. Lighting is a huge part of camera presentation. You cannot overemphasize that. So if you're going to make videos that are beautiful and aesthetically looking good, then you need a very good light. Most of the times, the phone don't really matters. The moment you have a clear camera, it could be Android, it could be iPhone, it could be Samsung, it could be Oppo, it could be anything. If you have a room properly lit, that video is set to be 100% ready to go. So what are the things you need for camera presentation? Tools for camera presentation. And I know the first thing that comes to your mind is have a camera, a phone to get yourself started. But the number one for me will be get your well-prepared self. Like I said before, being in front of camera means you are good to go. It's not a place for second guessing. It's not a place to organize your thought. You must have organized your thoughts before standing in front of it. You don't stand in it confused. So the first thing you need in making a camera presentation, get yourself a well-prepared self of you. Ensure that you are looking okay. You're not looking weary. You're not looking sad. You're not looking confused. Ensure that your mood is not distracting your audience from the message. It is very important that you also come with so much energy. If you do not have the energy, how do you pass it across to your audience? Audience are attracted by the energy you give them, and the energy reflects in the things you say, how you look, your body language, and every single thing. The next you'll be needing for a camera presentation is a phone camera, which is the obvious. And if you don't want to use a phone, of course, you could use your camera gadget. Now, for the phone camera, it comes with a lot of things. you're going to need an external mic. Please do not record your cameras. Do not make videos with your phone microphone. Ensure you always get your external microphone. Now, there's a lot of external microphones that, they come up every single time. We even have noise cancellation microphones where you can talk in a very noisy place and there's no noise. As I speak right now, there's a fan blowing right now and you can't hear it because there's a noise cancellation. And most of these microphones are very affordable. So try as much as you can. And each time you want to make a video, have an external mic so your videos will be as good as what your audience are listening, which is the audio, right? It's both ways. It has to be balanced. Visuals equals your audio. Let me be able to hear what you're saying, just like I'm seeing what you're doing. And also, do not forget that your phone must have sufficient storage. Inbuilt storage is very important for phones. And I've also understood that there are also external storage for phones. Please always ensure that for camera presentation, you have enough storage unit. Where do you put your phone? Where do you put your camera? You need a tripod or a monopod. The tripod, has a 3 legs. The monopod has that single one. Or you need an handler most of the times. Yeah, so those are the things you'll be needing to start your camera presentation. After, of course, you must have settled your thoughts together. You need all of these things to put your video into motion. Another thing you must pay attention to is your light. I cannot overemphasize how important it is for you to have a good, well-lit room, unless it's not camera presentation. When it's camera presentation, the atmosphere, the environment must be properly lit, else you lose your audience. Now, for your phone camera setup, the best overall resolution for video, of a full video, is advisable 4K, 2160p, or at 30 or 60 frame per second for maximum detail and future proofing. Also use 180p, that's for full HD, at 30 to 60 frame per second to save storage space. Those are some of the things you'll be needing to set up your camera setting to get the best visuals. The best microphones for recording videos are compact wireless systems for versatility, or wired lavaliers for budget-friendly reliability. The first class today have been able to create a foundation of what camera presentation simply means. It's not coming to stand in front of a camera to talk. It goes beyond that. All of these things need to be in place before you start talking. Else, you will make your video, but you will not make it as the professional that you are. By our next class, I'll take you through what is involved when you are in front of camera. What happens when you're in front of camera? How do you carry your body language? How do you present such that you command respect, authority, and show confidence in every single thing you do? That will be in our next class. But for today, your assignment is very simple. Please make a video, a 1-minute video of yourself, presentation on anything that you wish to talk about. Send it to miriamusman2260@gmail.com. Let's see where you are in your skill for camera presentation. I'll see you in next class, and thank you for watching. Bye for now.